Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the technology you use every single day. We're going to break down two incredibly simple yet powerful principles that are secretly running everything from your web browser to your printer. And, it all kicks off with one simple question.
I mean, really think about it for a second. You type something, you delete it, you hit Control-Z, and boom, it's back. It's like magic. How in the world does your computer remember exactly what you just did and reverse it so perfectly? Is it some kind of digital wizardry?
Well, the secret isn't complicated at all. Nope. It all comes down to two fundamental ideas for organizing information. These things called stacks and queues. They are the essential building blocks for pretty much all the software we rely on. So, let's meet them. All right, first up, we have the stack. The name itself is a huge clue about how it works, and its core principle is just beautifully simple. The last thing you put in is always the very first thing you take out. This whole idea is known as LIFO, which just stands for last in, first out. And it's a really strict rule. You can only add or remove things from one end, what we call the top. There's no cheating, no reaching into the middle. All the action happens right at the top.
To make this make sense instantly, just imagine you're washing dishes. You put one clean plate on the counter, then another one on top of that, and a third one on top of that one. Now, when it's time to set the table, which plate are you going to grab first? Of course, the one right on top, the last one you put down. That's a stack.
And in computer science, we've got some special terms for these actions. When you add a plate to the stack, that's called a push. You're pushing a new item onto the top. And when you take that top plate off, that's a pop. You're popping the most recent item right off the stack. Push and pop. Simple as that.
So that undo feature we were just talking about, that's a perfect example. Every single thing you do, typing a word, deleting a sentence, gets pushed onto a stack. When you hit undo, the computer just pops your last action off the top and reverses it. Your web browser's back button, it works the exact same way. Every page you visit gets pushed onto a stack, and the back button just pops you back to the one you were just on.
Okay, now let's meet our second concept, which, well, it builds a totally different kind of order. This is the queue. And if a stack is all about last in, first out, a queue is the total opposite. It's all about fairness, about taking your turn.
The big rule here is FIFO, first in, first out. Whatever goes in first is guaranteed to be the first to come out. So unlike a stack where all the action is happening at one end, a queue has two ends, a front and a back.
The best way to picture this is just think about getting in line for coffee. You join at the very back of the line, right? And the person who's been waiting the longest, the one at the front, gets served next. I mean, it wouldn't be very fair if the barista started serving the last person who just walked in the door, would it?
And just like with stacks, queues have their own special names for things. When you get in the back of the line, you enqueue. And when the person at the front finally gets their coffee and leaves, they dequeue. So new stuff gets enqueued at the back, and the old stuff gets dequeued from the front.
And you see queues everywhere in your tech. Let's say you send 5 different documents to your printer at once. It doesn't just print them randomly, does it? No, it creates a queue, and it prints them in the exact order you sent them. First in, first out. Your computer's operating system does the same thing, using queues to manage all the different tasks it's juggling, making sure everything gets a turn in an orderly way. So there we have it, two really powerful but totally opposite ideas for keeping things in order. Now let's put them side by side to really make the difference stick. So here's the ultimate breakdown. The stack follows that LIFO principle, last in, first out, just like our plates. That makes it perfect for things like reversing actions, the undo button. The queue, on the other hand, uses FIFO, first in, first out, like a line at a store. That's ideal for processing tasks in the order they showed up, like a print queue. Different rules, different operations, and totally different jobs.
Okay, so plates and lines, you get it. But why does knowing this distinction actually matter? What's the big picture here? Let's zoom out for a second.
It matters because these aren't just clever little tricks. They are the absolute bedrock of computer science. It's like the slide says, stacks and queues are essential building blocks for many algorithms and software systems. Almost every complex piece of software you use is built on top of simple, elegant ways of organizing data just like these. Just think about it. Choosing whether to deal with the newest thing first or the oldest thing first, that one simple choice
has massive consequences. From how your computer manages its own memory to how messages get sent across the entire internet, these simple rules for creating order are what allow for incredible complexity to be built right on top of them.
So the next time you hit undo or send a job to your printer, you'll know the hidden logic that's making it all happen. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other elegant, simple rules are out there, quietly and invisibly shaping our complex digital lives?